Bonjour kulħadd, bonjour Jonathan.
Good morning.
And welcome to another episode of Lovin Daily. Lum għandna episodju naqxie kontroversjali. Mis-soltu have a look at the headlines. Hairdressers made the headlines after a loophole was found yesterday. COVID-19 cases are on the rise again, despite pressures to maybe reopen some economic activity on the island. A Maltese artistic director doubles down after the Minister for Culture and Parliamentary Secretary criticized his Facebook status. 62 migrants are currently allegedly in danger in Malta search and rescue area, and Ian Borg's snack just is the latest Facebook sensation. We'll discuss that as well. Ħankun kontroversjali dal-għodu Jonathan. Ibda.
It's an interesting lineup, but let's start with the hairdressing story. This was one of the biggest stories on lovinmalta.com yesterday. Basically, it turns out that hairdressers can still work under one condition. You can still get a haircut under one condition, though, and the police have confirmed this. It turns out that someone had spoken to the police just to double check if they can get a haircut. And it turns out you can get a haircut as long as it's done in the privacy of your home. You cannot go to a salon. You cannot be doing it in a public place. It must be in a private place. A person pointed this out to us. We've confirmed it with the police. However, the news had a big reaction, a massive reaction. Obviously, hairdressers is one of the biggest things that people are missing in the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown. I mean, you can look at my hair and you can look at a lot of people's hair in the streets. People need haircuts right now. And a lot of people wondering, is this a good idea to start allowing people to have their haircuts in the privacy of their homes in light of the fact that we are still kind of under a pandemic? What do you think about this, Paula?
L-ewwel nett ġieli su kulħadd ħadha bi kbira għaliex hemm din loophole. Jiena kont noħodha bi kbira kieku l-pulizija sabu mod kif iwaqfu l-hairdressers milli jmorru fid-djar għax inti x'ħadd tagħmel ħad toqgħod tiffollowja bniedem li taf li jagħmel ix-xahar tara fejn jidħol u joħroġ matul il-ġurnata. In practice kienet impossibbli li wieħed jevita din biċċa tax-xogħol. Ovvjament tal dak li jkun biex jevalwa jrid ipoġġi familtu d-dar tiegħu f'riskju li forsi d-dar hairdresser huwa COVID carrier u m'għandux sintomi ma jafx. Jew tisboħ xarek. Di bħalma deċiżjoni personali għandek x'tmur tagħmel piknik jew toqgħod id-dar għaliex il-lockdown li għandna hija volontarja. Però interessanti, kien ħaġa interessanti li rajt kif qed inti hija reazzjoni tan-nies. Dal-aħħar qegħdin jingħataw l-impressjoni li bħal donnu n-nies iridu qed jagħmlu pressjoni biex nerġgħu immorru lura normali, jerġgħu jinfetħu l-ħwienet, nerġgħu jibdew l-attivitajiet, tfal imorru l-iskola. Però il-fatt li din il-loophole werwret li daqshekk nies li ħarġu kontra jgħidu isma' le this is irresponsible, don't do this, nagħmlu hekk. Iġġelek taħseb isma' vera l-maġġoranza tal-poplu jrid illi mmorru lura normali jerġgħu jibdew jinfetħu l-businesses għax jiena ma naħsibx. Issa jekk il-bidla fl-opinjoni pubblika ġiet għaliex qabel konna qed nitħajru minn pajjiżi li kellhom exit strategies li bdew minn issa u bdew jirrilaksjaw xi affarijiet u jiftħu xi ħwienet u issa qegħdin naraw illi daw il-pajjiżi fosthom il-Ġermanja biħsibhom jagħmlu U-turn għax il-mument li bdew jiftħu ftit businesses raġgħu sparawlhom il-każijiet ta' COVID-19. Jidher li forsi dak li jkun issa jaħsibha darbtejn u jemmen li jaf ikonna second wave, ġifieri għal xi wħud is-second wave hija xnija. Mija xnija xejn qed jesperjenzaw pajjiżi li ħadu r-riskju fetħu qabilna, aħna fortunati qed inħarsu lihom qed nitalmu minnhom u jidher li nies qed jerġgħu jiġu f'sensihom li nisma' le ma nieħux il-deċiżjoni bidejja imma insegwi l-pariri tal-awtoritajiet. Issa llum dejjem baqgħu l-istess, ippruvaw sa toħorġu mid-dar u żommu l-post. Il-bieraħ jien mort mixja bil-kelb u nara nies jagħmlu piknik, sitt minn nies seba' kif tinġenb il-pulizija. Għanna għazanix dak l-istadju, guys, ġifiri noqdu attenti.
No, honestly.
Ħanġibu second wave bidejna.
No, that's totally right. I mean, hairdressers were one of the things that really affected the Maltese people. I remember when they said that the non-essential services would be cut, people were asking, what am I going to do with my hair? What am I going to do for my roots? Etc., etc. People were calling in TV shows, asking questions. It was a big deal. But now the fact that you actually can get your hair cut and people are like, whoa, 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 slow down, actually. Maybe we should reconsider it is actually a bit heartening. Maybe people's senses are getting a bit ahead of their roots. But moving on to the next story, and it actually does involve COVID-19 rise. In Malta, Exactly.
We had yesterday we had a spike in cases, spike għal xorta numri għadhom żgħar kien għad minn każijiet ġodda fosthom 5 minn ħalfar wara illi ġew ittestjati 1072 people. Ġifieri testing tal-gvern għadu għaddej b'saħħtu. Il-beraħ kien l-aħbar li 17 għaddilhom il-COVID u bekk għandna 303 people illi għaddilhom il-COVID u li fadlina 151 active cases. Il-numri qed jitilgħu, ġifieri immaġina aħna għadna status quo kollox kważi magħluq u qed jitilgħu l-każijiet. Aħseb wara nerġa' nibdew niftħu. Forsi qed nibdew wisqiegħna ma nafx.
No, I mean, prevention is much better than cure, isn't that what they say? And what's interesting in these numbers is 8 new cases of COVID yesterday. 5 of them were found in the Halfar Open Center. Now, this obviously was kind of referred to as the hotspot of the pandemic in Malta for a time. And in the last few days, there were no new cases found there. So it's a bit disappointing to see that 5 more were found there. But I mean, the health authorities are doing everything they can to try to contain this. Hopefully we'll see smaller numbers in the future. But I mean, I was looking at the numbers. It's incredible. Over 30,000 swab tests have been carried out in Malta since the beginning of the pandemic on the island. So Malta's health authorities are taking this very, very seriously.
And well done to all those involved. Nħallu għaxi COVID emmek, għax dal-axħar jumejn kena raċaq li f'affarijiet oħra. Mario Filipazzo Pardi does it again. John,
wow. This guy, it's like every few months he just reappears in the news, and it's always in relation to him swearing or offending some woman. It really, really blows my mind. So I don't know if you caught this, but Maltese director Mario Filipazzo Pardi a couple of days ago posted a pretty insane, hateful post about MEP Roberta Metsola. In it, he said some really weird stuff, such as like, everyone hates you, Roberta. And it was just a really strange and uncomfortable post. Roberta Metsola commented, she referred to it, she responded to it. She wasn't emotional at all. She said, guys, she used it as a lesson. She said, guys, if you're going to enter politics, expect this kind of attacks. You're going to have a thick skin. And the day after, from the Labour side, it was really, really good to see. Junior Minister for Reforms, Rosiane Cotayar, actually commented about it as well. I mean, obviously, Cotayar herself has been at the receiving end of a lot of criticism over the years, and she stepped up and said these kind of comments were disgusting and not acceptable. However, it's gone on since then. That's not where it ended. He commented again, doubling down on his comments, saying that he stood by his words. And since then, this morning, Culture Minister Jose Herrera has distanced himself from him, as well as the Manuel Theatre and the Manuel Theatre head, Kenneth Zamit Tabone. And it's not only them. Artists and directors are all calling out Mario Filipazzo Pardi for his really strange and hateful comments.
Mario Philip is a loose cannon, we all know it. Il-problema tiegħu hi illi jaqbad jikteb li jiġi f'moħħu dak il-ħin. Issa, with all these campaigns and all these people trying to educate the public, listen, ma tistax ikollok kliem ta' mibeda, ma tistax tħeġġeġ il-mibeda. Ma tagħmilx ġid illi persuna pubblika bħal Mario Filipazzo Pardi xorta għadu jirrikorri għal hate speech. Jiena, waqt li ningħaqad ma' Rosie ma' Ministru tal-Kultura, hate speech should never be resorted to, speċjalment jidher li meta tkun mara il-vittma u aktar faċli li wieħed jaqbad ifajjar l-aġġettivi kif ukoll qed inti esperjenzat Rosien. Jekk il-public figures mhux ħeqdu attenti kif jikdbu waħseb wara ċikku l-poplu jiġi qawwi qum jekk irid joffendik u jaqbad jaqla l-birra tfara dik għax ma ħajżommu. Ġifieri minnu public figures iżomm f'moħħu li huwa role model u ma jistax jaqbad jikteb li jiġi f'moħħu. Ġifieri l-istatus li kiteb l Mario Philip huwa ħafna iktar diċenti milli tella fuq Metsola. Kieku ħa nofsija kalma ħa kamumilla u kiteb l-istatus hekk mal-ewwel ma kienx għadu kontroversja, għandu dritt jikkritika jagħmel li jrid, kulħadd għandu dritt tal-opinjoni tiegħu. Però f'dal pajjiż għamlu kampanja qawwija li isma' m'għandekx dritt taqbad toffendi il dak li jkun fuq Facebook kif ġibu laħa qawwi konsegwenzi, id-darba konsegwenzi kienu social għaliex distanzjaw ruhom minnu ħafna nies prominenti fid-dinja fejn naħdemu. Ma naħsibx li ħajgħod attent għal darba oħra ngħid il-verità xi ġie jqum, però fuq hekk forsi ħadd ieħor jitgħallem mill-iżbalji tiegħu ma tkunx tajt għal xejn tal-ħasil kollu għax ħasil l-aħħar mill-aħħar. Moving on suġġett kontroversjali li kulħadd jaqbad jifajjar jikteb kif ġiġi fuq u kulħadd jixtieq il-mewt and whatnot huma l-immigranti. Fil-fatt jidher li dalgħodu hemm 62 migrants maqbudin fil-search and rescue area ta' pajjiżna, minnhom 13 mara u 6 tfal. Dal-famuż NGO Twitter account Alarm Phone qed jgħid illi l-awtoritajiet Maltin li qed isiru minn din id-dingi, din hija xi ħaġa li ħanaraw tirrepeti ruħha ġimgħa wara oħra wara oħra. Iktar ma jkun sabiħ it-temp, iktar ħanesperjenzawha. Nimmaġina li l-gvern ħejħu l-istess deċiżjoni li ħa ġimgħatejn tliet ġimgħat ilu. U ħajerġa' jkollna kontroversja bħal di terġa' tqum, jerġgħu jqumu l-attivisti favur l-immigranti u jerġgħu jqumu daw kontra u ħanerġa' jkollna dil-balbulja ta' sħiħa fuq Facebook.
No.
Ma nafx terġa'.
That's exactly it. I mean, the European migration crisis has never really been addressed. I mean, it's been going on for years, all of Europe. I mean, there's been multiple summits, who knows how many press releases.
Għanna statwa eccellenti f'Piazza Castiglia.
It's really, really insane to me that European authorities have left this issue. And they've left it for Malta, Italy, Cyprus, the southern European states to deal with. And really, Malta is smack dab in the center of it. So as you said yourself, 62 migrants are apparently in need of rescue in the search and rescue zone of Malta. And these 62 migrants include 13 women and 6 children. As you pointed out, the Twitter emergency hotline that goes by Alarm Phone, which is based in Libya, if I'm not mistaken, they alleged this morning that they had attempted, not only them, they and migrants had attempted to reach out to the AFM, the Armed Forces of Malta, to put out a distress call, and the AFM didn't respond. Obviously, this is just a claim by Alarm Phone, but if it is true, it is very shocking. And obviously, this comes as over 40 soldiers are being investigated following a murder report filed with the police by an NGO and a lawyer asking the police to investigate Malta's Prime Minister and 11 soldiers specifically for the murder of migrants in the Mediterranean. So it's a very sensitive time and it's a very sensitive issue.
Ma diħan nibqgħu narawha Jonathan, ġifieri ġimgħa wara ġimgħa wara ġimgħa. This is going to happen and rehappen and rehappen. Sakemm min jaqsam min wassal l-immigranti law ma tiġix farka diċenza lejn umanità u jwaqqaf da traġetti. I highly doubt it will happen.
Yeah, no, I mean.
Xektar like fil-famuża ħobż biż-żejt ta' Ian Borg. Nizlu ilu mhux balen u naħseb. Ħajhom brom il-ful fuq il-ħobż biż-żejt.
This has to be the most famous slice of bread in Malta over the weekend. So guys, if you missed this story, Transport Minister Ian Borg uploaded a photo of his lunch. It's a piece of Maltese bread with some conserva, some beans, and some jibena. And
Ġibu fuq Lovin Daily.
It's not a bad idea to do a jibena edition with Ian Borg. And he uploaded this photo saying that he's, in a field with his father. They're having a quaint lunch. And as you can see from the photo that we have on screen, the field is very pretty. It's got some nice trees and it's quite green. The thing is, there was a massive backlash to this. It got over 6,000 reactions, and a lot of people took umbrage at the fact that Ian Borg, someone who many perceive as the man responsible for the removal and destruction of trees across Malta, as he builds more road networks, etc., would be posting a photo surrounded by trees with a nice quaint lunch, and it went places. People were photoshopping his bread into other images, such as just cement, cut down trees, other construction-related pictures. Environmental activists like Cami Applegren stepped on board. Arnold Cassola posted about it. And someone even made a Facebook frame for your profile that would put the Hobza in the profile picture with you. It really went places, Paula, let me tell you.
Aħna l-lum tkellimna fuq li kollok trabbi qoxra fil-politika. Naħseb Ian Borg sa graġ sar, tant kemm kellu jrabbi qoxra ħoxna. U għafat magħruf li l-ambjentalisti ma jistawx għal Ian Borg, ma jivilgux jaraw jippostja, u meta jippostja xi ħaġa bħal siġra jirvellaw, jien naħseb illi iktar huwa biex wieħed jitħaq forsi milli għal-ħares li kollha mibeda x'inkella would be taking it a step too far. Jidher li Ian Borg jridu kitu ta' pinch of salt, għallom thank you tal-li qed tagħmlu l-page iktar popolari, għandix 6,000 like mhix ċuċata. Però mhux biex naqbel tal Ian Borg, imma dan ma naħsibx li jieħu deċiżjonijiet waħdu, jiġifieri jekk inqataw 50 siġret nivvinta sinjal li kellu l-barka tal-kabinett, nimmaġina. Ġifieri hu l-messaġġier dil-mibeda we have to tone it down a notch, għax it can get too far. Nispera li ħadd m'offendi f'għamiltu, nispera għaliex aħna l-Maltin għal-lajbu jekk ħaġa ħroġilna minn ħalqna. Nispera li nżlitlu wasel u li l-ful kien frisk, ma nafx għax jien vera tbella kemm in-nies ħadwa bi kbira dil-istorja.
Ian Borg actually responded. He actually responded to the backlash to criticism. He said that he thought the photo was very sweet and that the bread was very tasty. And in response to the memes, he said that he thought they were cool and creative. So a bit of humor from the transport minister in this.
Eżatt. Proset tal-li he's being a sport with this. Everyone is bored, kulħadd deħja xi jagħmel biex jaħliħinu. That brings us an end to today's quite controversial program. Grazzi Jonathan, I enjoyed dan dal-għodu. Bdejt il-ġurnata hekk. Stay safe, guys. COVID is not over, but have a day full of love.